Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the Memory Lapse. It's early morning Tuesday, 2 days to go until the big patch. Very exciting. A little discouraging to be playing knowing that everything's going to change in a couple days, but we're stockpiling some gold and we're trying to get our quest done before work while we enjoy our morning coffee. I already re-rolled this quest and still got a deck type quest, so I have a blue-black control deck that I've updated for 26 lands. I'll kind of go over the list. It's going to be pretty obvious as we play how this deck differs. This is kind of the stock, best deck in the first week of the format. The starting cards that you get right now lean heavily towards blue-black because of the finishers, because of cards like Glyph, Keeper, Nezahal. Just very good finishers that are hard for your opponent to answer. I think we can keep this with the double golden Tamiz. We are on 26 lands, so hopefully we'll keep drawing into them. So with a little bit of crafting, it's possible to make this deck very competitive very quickly. It does drop off in power level, I think, as other players craft into high-powered red decks, right? Essence Scatters will probably be very good against this player. Just because all the haste stuff, like your Essence Scatters, can't keep up with all the 3, 4 drop and 5 drop haste that those decks end up playing. Okay, so now at least we can cycle on their turn if they don't make us blow a counter spell. Oh, I have to discard. Damn. Alright, so I don't think the Golden Demise is going to be good against them. Let's see if our coffee has cooled down a little bit. It's okay. There we go. So our opponent, I'm sure, reads us for being counterspell deck. And they are waiting until they have a critical mass of lands before they start trying to resolve haymakers. Or things like Carnage Tyrant that can't even really be dealt with. Well, this could be a short one. Missing the land drop into Carnage Tyrant's a good way to lose. I'm trying to think of what my outs to this are. With the hexproof, so this is another reason, right? Like in week 1, unless someone opened it, no one had Carnage Tyrant in their deck. Surprised we're not finding untapped lands. Now we are. I don't think we're playing Glyph Keeper anytime soon. We're not out of this yet. There's a chance that they can play something big that we'll be able to take control of, that'll interact with this in time. I mean, knowing what I know now, for sure, I would have... Well, not for sure, but because I've had so much fun with Scarab Gods, but I would have strongly considered crafting into Carnage Tyrants, because this card does feel actually unbeatable. The Explorer deck doesn't have too much trouble beating it, because this Explorer deck can go wide and create group blocks and raise it with life gain. But right now, we're looking at a hand of interaction that's not going to get to interact. Alright, blocking only prevents 1 damage because of the trample. I guess I won't cycle here. They're gonna magma spray. A braid. That's fine. So now we have Essence Scatter plus Hieroglyphic Illumination mana. But we're gonna be going down to 6. At least. Oh, do they have enough deserts just to dome us here? Or they have a lightning strike. What an uneventful game. What we do? We played one Champion of Wits and discarded when we missed a land drop. Good stuff. I think normally we want to play against like dude decks like this, just not when they have Carnage Tyrant. So our opponent's not even going to play something for us to try to like take control of. Flashing this back doesn't do enough now because it only blocks 3. Oh well. This is why I hate these quests, because like I don't want to play this deck, but it started me off with red-black deck, and I mulliganed to blue-black. I could wait till tomorrow, but there's only 2 more days left, so I might as well try to get this one done before they change the system. It's like very annoying that I have a version of blue-black control that splashes green for like Gift of Paradise and Vraska, and it won't count because it has those green cards in there. It doesn't count. This is a good hand. Oh, yes. This will be very good. And if we can get to our Scarab God and start stealing back their Embalm and Eternalized creatures, they're going to have a tough time. Or they could be on the slower version. Unfortunately, I don't play any negates. I do have cancel, but if they're on like Dawn of the Second Sun, push the cast out to the bottom. We're gonna find out here. Yeah, they're on just some kind of life gain combo deck. Scarab God interacts really well here. Cancel's going to be pretty bad unless they try to slam their enchantment next turn, right? So, yeah, actually, let's hold this, and that way we don't have to use Champion of Wits until next turn. We're not under any pressure. If we lose this one, we're just going to switch and try to get our 4 wins, because I'm not really that interested in playing long, drawn-out games that I'm not even getting quest credit for. For some reason, it feels so much worse than Hearthstone. Like, win 2 games with Shaman, like, I can do that. In Hearthstone, it feels like, alright, yeah, I guess we want to interact with this. Untap and Champion of Wits. Probably gonna discard Chupacabra. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna discard double Chupacabra, because our plan is to get those back off Scarab God, and hope that Scarab God can close this out. They've already pushed 1 cast out to the graveyard. I really have to play around Ixalan's Binding, because if they bind my Scarab God, I'm pretty much toast. So we might even wait until we get to like 9. before we try to resolve this. Let's, next turn we have Hieroglyphic Illumination to help us dig for more land drops. They can flip their search next turn if they don't like their top card, or if they just want to flip to get the land. I'll just hold back and represent counter magic here. They chose not to flip. They liked their top card. Could be a combo piece. They just didn't want to put into the graveyard. Yeah. Let's just see what we get here. Okay. I don't want to block. I don't want to let them... Alright, so I think I want to bait. I think I'm just going to play the Glyph Keeper here and try to start racing. And try to get them to commit something to the board that's going to get them into the game. Lots of good street noises coming through this morning. I was a little worried because they posted up a bunch of signs that they're going to be doing construction from 6 to 6 today. It's 6:30 and they still haven't started. I'm hoping they're going to repave it. What is that one? Weird card. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we'll champion to get rid of some of these dead cards. I'm gonna keep Moment, Golden Demise. Three, 6. So I have the City's Blessing now. The question is, do I want to rip this? Probably not. Let's let them chump if they want to. I have Roska's Contempt. If they play anything weird like a horse. I mean, there's an argument to snapping off a block with a Champion of Wits to eternalize it next turn. Or just to have one in the graveyard for Scarab God. Still a land short. I feel like they might have gambled Nixon's Binding on on a Champion of Wits at this point. So I think the way it would work, if you binding one, then the other one wouldn't be able to be eternalized. I might be wrong on that. I've always kind of theorized that's the way it works, but I've never actually confirmed it. Let's see what they discard here. They need to have 6 or more creature cards in their graveyard. They only have 2. Let's see what they play second main phase here. Regal, Carrot Hall. This might be a good time to resolve Vraska's Contempt. Just for mana reasons, I'm not sure I'm going to have too many chances to play it coming up. Yeah. I still want to save this in case they do something crazy. Awesome. I guess I'll keep this home. Nope. So this kind of plays weirdly with their eternalized stuff, right? Like, they are going to be taking cards, creature cards back out of their graveyard. I'm going to try to play quicker here. This game's taking forever. But I think we turn the corner here. Okay. You got it. They don't have a great attack. I won't be surprised if they sit back. So what we're going to want to do with this Angel of Sanctions to play around its Eternalize or its Embalm. We're going to drop Scarab God here. Hope that they don't have a big answer to it. We're going to sit back. No attackers. So if they do something like Ixalan's Binding, we're going to bring back a Chupacabra in response, right? Chupacabra will target Scarab God. Scarab God will come back to hand. And we'll just rinse repeat and hope that they can't bash us through that. If they don't go for a Binding this turn, or a similar play that would like remove it from the game, then we have a good end of turn. Does it lose abilities too? Shoot. Wow. Alright, so now I'm put in a situation where I have to kind of use this in response, right? I'll get back there, Adorned Pouncer, and just take that away from them. I should have killed this in a previous turn not thinking about this interaction and how much it's going to mess up my Scarab God turns. That's the first time I've seen this card. It's messing with me. Alright, so now they're using this opportunity to get cast out, down. We kind of get this for free. This is fine. We're just going to dig for our next Scarab God. Tetsamok is good. So let's discard this champion and discard this tap land. I think we're going to hold Supreme Will. I think they're probably going to flash back their Angel this turn. You know what? Let's just keep things simple in terms of the blocking. And jam for 8. If they spend their turn bringing back cats and stuff, that's good, right? 1, 2, because they're still so far away from flipping their Gate to the Afterlife. I'm feeling okay now with this hand, and we're chaining our Champion of Wits. Tetsamok's a very good emergency. Like, just clear the board. Very happy this was not a Excellence Binding. Man, I can't believe that 2-1 fucked with us so hard. Nice inclusion, Nascalis. They're stuck on lands, which is making it really hard for them to use their Skanta. Okay. Alright. So I think again... 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only have 8, 9, 10, 11. I want 13. Oh, you know. Alright, so how does this work? Target non-permanent. Okay, so here's how we'll do it. We're going to take their Angel of Sanctions. Angel of Sanctions is going to take their cast out. Yeah. Then the legendary rule puts 1 Scarab God back in our hand. Alright. We got one. Let's go for one more. These games are long, so I won't try to like get to 4 wins with this deck, but we're halfway there now. Almost done with the coffee, but we have a little sugar-free Red Bull on the side. Feel like one coffee doesn't quite do it. Keep. This hand would have been too slow for red deck, but I don't think we can afford to mulligan it. Yeah, I figured. The one card I didn't want them to play on turn 2 with this start. But, I mean, hopefully their draw is slow enough, and there's like a lot of redundancy here. Like, what can they really take? I'm going to draw a way to deal with that eventually, and I'll get that cancel back. But they do know that they're in the clear here. They can resolve whatever they need. Huh. Wow. They don't want to play against Scarab God decks. It's okay, we have Nezahal and stuff like that in here too, so. They know we have the Supreme Will, so I do want them to be thinking about it. They might be on a blue-black control that doesn't play Scarab God, but wants to interact with it. I'm holding off on this Boneyard because I want to represent Supreme Will, and I do want to play this end of turn, end of their turn. If I'm not forced to use the Supreme Will for anything. The next turn, I think I'll play Swamp Treasure Map. See if they want to counter this. And they're on 4 cards. They might actually want to. Nope. Cool. It's good news for us. Thought maybe they would resolve like a quick pull from tomorrow there. Alright, treasure map down. So now if we don't have to Supreme Will, we can scry. Not at all worried about taking 1 from this. Won't be worried for another 15 turns or so. You got it. Cliffkeeper we want. Now here I'll take a turn to play Submerged Boneyard. This card, unfortunately, is not very good against this card. And neither are the Champion Wits. But once we flip this and get our draw engine going, that'll be good. We're not missing any land drops. One of the great benefits of running 26. So at this point, I think the Scarab God and the Supreme Will are the only cards they know in my hand. I really wonder when how much that card's going to interfere with our ability to win in a... Oh, crap. I forgot to flip this in a turn. Alright, I'll just wait one more turn. Our hand is complete gas. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I'm just going to do this now so I don't forget. Actually, we do want it, I guess. So we need to kind of overload them. They're stuck on double blue. We have to assume that their hand is loaded with counter magic as well. Oh, maybe I bait with the first Scarab God here. And if they counter it, follow up with Glyph Keeper. Do we think they have a second Essence Scatter? Actually, this is a good time to do this. And get our cancel back so we can win a counter fight next turn. They have Negate. Or Supreme Will. Are they really going to protect? I guess I'll pay. That cancel is going to win me the game. Oh no, they dug with it. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so this is going to let us resolve Glyph Keeper next turn. Between Supreme Will and Essence Scatter. We have way more blue sources than them. We are going to draw, though. So this got to stay ahead, and we have to dig to things like Nezahal that they're not going to be able to interact with. Let's see if we can win a fight over Glyph Keeper. Essence Scatter. Cancel their Essence Scatter. They know we have that. Nice. So now they need to do something like... Yeah, they have to waste 2 spells to kill this. So I want to be careful not to give them that window at the end of their turn by sacrificing a treasure. So I'm just going to leave this all up to Supreme Will. I don't want them doing anything on the end step, like trying to double removal spell. It's such an interesting conclusion. It doesn't even cantrip. Like, you can't even... I guess there are a fair number of decks that look to do stuff with the graveyard. That's fine. You're taking stuff out of my graveyard anyways. We can race. I mean, you know what? I'll just in case they have ways to make me discard. Just get rid of this tracker. I don't want them getting any advantage. Wow. Feel strongly about it, huh? All right. Yeah, I guess it does put a second card there for them. We have to protect this because if it ever goes to the graveyard, I'm not going to be able to embalm it. Let's draw. Liliana. So they only have 2? They know we have this. Okay, that's the 2. Very good. Let's see. I have to decide. It's only 36 minutes, so we can switch decks. And play, so I'll show off the green control version of this. So I'll show this list really quickly. Essence Scatter, Moment, Treasure Map, Cancel, Champion of Wit, Supreme Will, Golden Demise. I want 3 to be able to have a chance to beat like red decks and white decks. Vampires. 1 Commit to Memory, 2 Hieroglyphic Illumination, 3 Chupacabra, 1 Vraska Contempt, 1 Glyph Keeper, 2 Scarab God, 1 Tetsamok, 1 Immortal Sun because I opened it. I think this card's probably not good, and it can easily be cut for anything. And as a haul, an Entrancing Melody, a pull from tomorrow, and 26 lands. I've been lucky to get 2 fetid pools, but this is a like break glass, need to do quest kind of deck. It's not something that you want to play over and over. I prefer this build of it that has some ramp, Essence Scatter, Moment, Treasure Map, Cancel, Gift of Paradise, Spring Mind, Vraska. It's just a little bit more, I think, consistent. Like you get to those top end plays. I don't know. Actually, looking at it, is it even worth just playing green for the gift? If I had more Spring Minds, then maybe it would be. So maybe the other version is better. So let's play then 26 Land Explore deck. So I can link this portion of the video to BDM later. Yeah, so let's shout this one out to BDM, who I was talking to about Explore yesterday on Twitter, and how this is explicitly a mechanic made for me. And how we've built this deck to kind of game the shuffling system that's up right now. Opponent mulligans, always good. Slinging cards, I'm sure they're used to it. Okay. Lead off with our tap land. What is this one? Okay. We'll probably want to kill that early on, just because we have so much graveyard stuff. And we have these Chupacabras to take anything bigger. So we'll see what they do here. But they're looking to be green-white cats. Let's do this now. Okay. So if they're green-white cats, I think our hand is pretty well set up for them. And as long as we find a blue source, we can go long. Okay. Yeah, so they're like token stack. wonder if I want to do this now. I think it's an efficient use of mana to do that now. Token. I'm a little worried they're going to drop the horse on us here, but we don't have blue, so we don't really have anything else to do. I mean, at least we have a second Chupacabra for horse. Yeah, so they're swinging. They're going to play horse and get 2 tokens here. Yeah. Sorry, BDM. I played into it. That was the one sequence that punished that line of play. I guess it was also the most obvious sequence, but now we just need to find blue source so that we can block with these Chupacabras and so we'll snap off a double block. Shrink, so they can only trade with one of them. Snap a blue source off the top. 3, 2, 1. Blue source off the top. Look at that. This is a part of the beta that people don't know about. So as long as they don't have a binding... What's this one? Yeah, as long as they don't have binding, we're pretty set. Does this silence it too? Oh. Come on, opponent. We're trying to play a real game of Magic here. I'm not trying to make horses and shit. Okay. Let's dig first. Branch Walker. Alright. Now we can at least stack up a double block and bring back Champion of Wits. We do have main deck one of the 3/4 dinosaurs that can be sacrificed to get rid of this Desert's Hold. And we're not completely cold yet. Okay. That's a card I don't care about. I'll absolutely block here. If you just want to give me the free card draw, I love it. If it's what you say it is, I love it. Why does this thing keep triggering? So what's better here? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. I can Nissa for 6 and plus. And try to set up my next turn. The most is only gonna go down 2. Oh, perfect. So how do we want to do this? I guess we need to keep Brontodon on top in case they do answer the Nissa. So Brontodon on top. 1, 2, 3. 1 to pop it, and then I still have enough. Okay. Yeah, because if they have like another binding or something for Nissa, normally I would want to stack that under, so I can draw the Wild Growth Walker and then 0 Nissa. Okay, there's conceding. That's crazy. They lived the dream with Crested Sunmare and still conceded. Alright, let's try to get the 4th win and wrap this video up. Cool Draconos. A lot of people don't know that that's the historical Dracula's name. Alright, yeah, this is a keep. That's what I like to see. Slow starts. Slow starts. Oh yeah, take your time, sweetie. Oh, goodbye. Just every single time. Do you want Champion of Wits on top? No, please put it in the graveyard. Where it will just sit and taunt the opponent. Okay. They chose Vampire. This Jade Light again, and probably play the Boneyard. Yes, I'll keep. Crunch. So what are they going to do here? Make some 1/1s. Okay. Okay. You got some guys. I guess we Jade Light. Am I going to want to play this next turn? I don't think so. No, actually, no, I think I want to try to draw it on tap land. Next turn. Let's get rid of this. And if they trade, I'm fine. If they block here, they're not. What was that little graphical flip there? Oh, okay. So if we draw untapped, this is where Vraska gets to be useful. Oh, that's almost as good. Sure as hell everybody's getting in. Crunch them for 10. End turn. And we're going to destroy this Radiant Destiny. Wow. Oh, if only damage still stacked. They're still leaving it behind. I guess they... I could have a trick here. I could have killed in response and taken one less damage there. Okay. And now we're just going to put Vraska down. Yeah. And get rid of the flyer. And then next turn we can bring back Champion of Wits. We can send with one here. We have a lot of options next turn, depending on what they do. But we can try to match them. But maybe the safest thing is to just minus this again. Eat a lieutenant. Shrink their board. So I'm worried if I try to plus that I'm somehow going to lose it. Bring back Champion of Wits here. There we go. So we'll discard Champion and Wild Stream. Attack like that. They have to block something. Okay. And we next turn can go wide. Wow, more. Good thing I made that attack. They had the anthems this game. Alright, let's go Wild Growth. Wild Growth. Seeker Squire. Gain 6. Combat. Our opponent's been a little gimped on mana here in terms of colors. They probably really don't need 4 unless their hand is all 5 drops. Okay. Play the forest that we revealed. We'll cycle the Fetid Pools on their turn. They don't really have a good attack here. Alright. Oh, that seals it, more or less. I think they're pretty much forced to block the 4 unless they have instant speed removal here. Alright, they can trade. And we're not going to have much use for these treasures. I think the opponent... I don't know why they're not conceding. Maybe they're just being good sports. Not sure what they could possibly have here. Alright, 4th win. See what our rare is, and we'll wrap it up. Still having fun with the Explore deck. Oh, Legion's Landing. Awesome. That's actually a playable card. Alright, well, time to get ready for work, take the dog out. Thanks everyone for watching. Be back tomorrow. Later.